In today's video, we're talking about 15 of the highest paying remote work from home jobs that are available today here in 2022. So let's talk about that. So number one is going to be bloggers. Bloggers are going to receive $43,878 per year on average. And they're also going to be the main go-to person when it comes to planning, researching, writing, and editing articles from concept to delivery. This is going to be something where a blogger is dealing with a lot of different aspects of a business. And so if that sounds of interest to you, that's one option that you have. If you're finding value out of this, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as I release content like this every single week. Now on to our next point. 2 on our list is tutoring. A tutor can receive up to $50,379 per year. Many people right now are actually transitioning from teaching classrooms in person, let's say at your local school, and they're actually transitioning to becoming tutors online, using their teaching skills to actually become a tutor. Now these tutors are just helping students in subject areas that they're struggling in. For instance, for me, when I was in high school, that was math, and I had a really hard time and actually did have a one-on-one tutor. It was in person at the time, and that was able to help me be able to get through the math that I was working on. And this can be very common for other people in subjects like math or maybe even English or statistics. You know, it just depends what subjects you're working in. But these are the kinds of things you would be doing, just helping your student through the problems and helping them understand the concepts. If that sounds of interest to you, that could be a good option as well. So number 3 is translators and interpreters. They're gonna on average make around $53,090 per year. Now a translator, there's a lot of different kinds of translators and or interpreters, but I have a friend who is actually an American Sign Language interpreter. They would be translating for someone who needs their services. So if you knew American Sign Language, you could potentially do something like that. Or if you were interpreting perhaps for, let's say, Spanish and someone only knows English, you could be that kind of interpreter as well. So there's a lot of different variations as to what this could look like. This is an option. Number 4 is a grant writer. They would receive on average $54,464 per year. Now grant writers typically develop and maintain relationships with donors. They produce proposals, donor appeals, and acknowledgement letters, and maintain and develop a calendar of deadlines for reporting. Now this is honestly going to be something that is going to require a lot of work, as I used to work at a nonprofit organization where we had a grant writer who would go out and because they knew all of the ins and outs of grant writing and of being able to apply for these grants, they were the best fit for us because they already had a leg up on how we may be able to get more money from different grants. And so it's something that if that's of interest to you, if grants are of interest to you, or if it's just something that you would want to look into further, it could be a good option for you for a work from home position where you could actually be maybe even consulting for a couple different companies as a grant writer. There's a lot of different options for you. And number 5 is a medical coder. Medical coders on average make $55,059 per year, and their typical job function is to perform coding and abstracting on outpatient medical records. They abstract lines of code and clinical data and provide routine feedback to healthcare providers to correct deficiencies. Now, if that didn't go over your head, it definitely went over my head. I am no coder, and when someone starts talking about coding, it's something that just sounds like a totally different language to me. You might as well be speaking Greek, as they say. If that's of interest to you, and if coding is either something that maybe you've picked up recently and you're wanting to get into a job where it's specific for coding, then this could be potentially a good fit for you and you would want to look into it further. But that could be an option. Option number 6 for you is a freelance marketing consultant. This on average is $59,038 per year that they make. A freelance marketing consultant is going to be someone who steps into a company and brings in an outside perspective, one who's not necessarily connected, as it were, with the company and their mission. And so they have their eyes wide open to perhaps the flaws of a new marketing campaign, or offering ways that the company can take their product initiatives and do it in a better way based off of the experience that this freelance marketing consultant has actually seen done well in the past. And that brings in some special knowledge that oftentimes isn't found within the company itself. This is especially true when you have someone who has just been through a lot in different businesses and has just had a lot of experience and is able to come into a company and bring this kind of helpful information. That sounds like you could be a good fit. Number 7 is a technical writer. On average, they receive $59,097 per year. Technical writers plan, develop, organize, write, and edit operational procedures and manuals. They're also going to research, develop, and document technical design specifications and test scripts, produce electronic documentation in addition to hard copy manuals. Now, if that sounds like your absolute nightmare, then you and I would be on the same page. This would not be something that would be a good fit for me, but if it's something that's of interest to you, that you're organized, that you love researching, that you love coming up with technical design specifications, then great. That's what we need. We need more of those kinds of people, and this could be a good fit for you. Number 8 is gonna be a graphic designer. Graphic designers on average annually can make $59,769 per year. So graphic designers are oftentimes the people in the background who are making everything look good. Your website's not gonna look that great if you or whoever's working on your website has no graphic design experience or has no eye for what typically is just going to look good on a website. If you just throw something up there, then it's going to become clear that you did not have a graphic designer involved in the process, and it's just not going to look that great. So a graphic designer can be worth a lot to a company, and if that's of interest to you, and if you are a creative kind of person in that way, it could be a good fit. And number 9 is a programmer. They are going to receive on average $62,723 per year. Now, this is going to be some of that back-end stuff where they are programming how things work, make sure that they don't have any bugs in them, and doing all of the things that all of us who aren't programmers don't really understand how it works, but we're thankful that it does work, and we get very frustrated when it's not working the way it's supposed to work. So thank you, programmers who are already out there doing those kinds of things, and if that's of interest to you, then programmers is a great option for working at home job. Number 10 is a freelance editor. These people can make $64,716 per year on average. Freelance editor is someone who is extremely helpful, especially if, let's say, you were a business owner who was doing all of this work yourself. To hire a freelance editor is going to be extremely helpful, because this person's then going to take all of your articles, make sure that they are put in such a way that is consumable and that other people are able to read them and gain value from them. And they're also going to make sure to start pushing those articles out to the third parties, put them on your website, these kinds of things. And you could end up working alongside people who own their own business and who are looking for someone to be able to take that off of their plate, to be able to do the freelance editor side of things so that they don't have to worry about it, and so that they can get back to what they do best, which may not actually be freelance editing, but maybe that would be best suited for you. Number 11 is going to be an affiliate marketing manager. If you're not sure what affiliate marketing is, the short of it is you're able to promote things, promote products, promote services that aren't yours, and you're able to get paid for doing it. And so an affiliate marketing manager is going to perform day-to-day management duties to maintain assigned accounts. If that sounds of interest to you, then an affiliate marketing manager could be a good fit as well, especially if you're good at working with other people and communicating. Number 12 is a web developer. They on average make $68,870 per year. These are the kinds of people, again, much like programmers, are going to be doing some of the back end work, and they're going to be in some of the nitty-gritty aspects of developing for a business. If that's in your ballpark, then this could also be a good fit for you as well. Number 13 is going to be an insurance agent. They are going to receive on average $69,407 per year. An insurance agent is actually something that was typically in person. However, when COVID hit, insurance agents had to go home and they had to figure out a way how to do things remotely. And now many insurance agents are teaching how to do this remotely, and even some insurance companies are saying we are remote only insurance companies unless your particular person asks you to come in person and ask you to be there physically to be able to help them with their insurance needs. This is something that I did for a while, and I found that at least at the time when I was doing it, it wasn't the best fit for me, and so I moved on from that. However, it is a great experience to be able to work for yourself, to work your own hours, and as long as you don't mind cold calling or maybe even cold door knocking, if you wanted to go in person, that's always an option for you. But if you don't mind doing those kinds of things, go for it. This could be a good option. Number 14 is a recruiting specialist, and they receive on average $69,659 per year. Recruiting specialists develop contacts with individuals and businesses to generate qualified leads. These are people that many of us have interacted with. If you have a LinkedIn, maybe they've reached out to you and said, hey, you person, you look to be of great fit for our company. I see you've done XYZ thing, so I'd really like to invite you to apply for a job here at my company, insert company name. So these are the kinds of things that maybe you would be doing. So this is a very much a people person kind of role, and it's going to be something where you would be interacting with a lot of different kinds of people in this particular role. Sounds like a good fit for you? Then that could be a good option. And 15 is going to be a sales representative. This person on average receives $71,144 per year. The thing about a sales representative is depending on the particular job that you have and what it entails, it can look very different. In all sales jobs, it's going to be something that you're interacting with the customer, you're interacting with people, you would want to be good with interacting with people, you would want to like interacting with people, and it's something that you would want to also be proactive with. Something where you would want to build those relationships, that you would want to do the work needed for that. If that sounds like you, then it could be a good fit. If you did find value out of this, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as I release content on how you can save money and invest. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Zach, and I will see you next time.